If I can get this camera straight. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. The best is yet to come, and you better believe that the best is yet to come. I know we're getting ready to enter into the year 2024, but the best is yet to come. I'm going to tell you why. I've had this easel here, got it from Hobby Lobby, paid $15 for it, and just looked at it. I said, dang, that's complicated. I said, you know what, that's going to be really hard to put together. But I said, you know what, I moved into a place where I feel like home for the moment. It's not like this is a pit stop, but just for the moment, I feel like I'm at home. So I can just pretty much breathe and just begin to, set the things out that I, have had for, like these easels I probably had for like a good, don't laugh at me, about 6 years. And I wasn't really in places where I felt like I was at home until now. And so I said, let me put these easels up and let me see how easy or how complicated they are. Let me tell you, just a minute, I'm going to step and get the instructions, because when I was looking at the instructions, I was saying, this seems really complicated. So just one second. So here are the instructions. I put this one up already. I'm going to show you how to put this up. I'm going to walk you through step by step, okay? So these are the instructions. When you see these instructions, you're like, what in the world, right? So I said, since I have a brother that was able to do a whole lot of things, I watched him, do the things that he did. And I noticed that when he did something, he took it, look at it, he put everything out, on the table or on the floor, and he took a real good look at it. And then he started piecing it by piece. And he came up with how it was supposed to be done, because sometimes the instructions can be confusing. So we're going to walk through it. I'm going to show you how to do it. I use this one that I just put up. I'm going to use it for this chalkboard. So when I do, different types of lives or whatever it is that I'm going to do on this page, I'll write down different things, and who knows what it is that I'm going to do. But you can put pictures up here, because I have one over here. I'm going to move the camera right here. I have one that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and I paid a lot of money for this one that I bought from Hobby Lobby. This one right here. It was already set up. So I said, you know what? I don't want to pay X amount of money for something, that I can just buy, and then I can paint it whatever color I want it to be, and I can put pictures on it. So I got the idea from my sister-in-law when I visited her. And I said, that's a great idea, because she had these, not these ones, she had bought some easels, and she had them throughout her house, and she had different pictures on them. And I thought that was pretty amazing, walking into like an art gallery. I said, that's something I want to do. So I said, let me buy some more that is a little cheaper, and then I can paint them and design them like I want, and then I can put pictures on them myself. So I'm going to show you guys how to put this simple, traditional easel I got from Hobby Lobby together. So everything you need is in the bag. Everything you need is in the bag. So you just need to get everything out of the bag. And then there's also in the bag the instructions, which we're not going to use because they're confusing. The bolts and the nuts and the chain and the hooks that we need, okay? So we're going to start, and we're going to take all that out. Toss the instructions on the floor, because we don't need that. But we do need the long hook, the short hook, the chain that's going to be connected to the long and the short hook, these two little bolts here, and this one long bolt. Okay, so let's get started. I wish I had pockets. I could have put these in the pockets, but not. I'm just going to stick them to the side. Okay, so as we undo the bow and the string from the wood, we're going to take these two, and you can put these to the side, because this is what the stand is going to, your picture or whatever you put on your easel, it's going to stand on these. So this is the last thing you're going to do. Well, it's not the last thing, but second to the last. Okay, so what you need is you want to get these legs here. And if you see these legs, these three legs, because there's three of them, they have little plastic legs that will hold up so it doesn't scar your floor if you want to put it on wood. So this is what it stand up, and that goes towards the floor, okay? These three, all right? But also remember, when you're connecting these, when you connect the easel, this front part must be towards the front. Not this, but these right here are supposed to be facing towards the front of where your picture or your whatever you put on your easel, these are supposed to be facing towards the front. Don't forget that, okay? Those are these three pieces that are going to be on the floor with these little plastic legs right there, okay? Then you have two sharp ends here of the easel. It's two sharp ends, okay? And you have one that's kind of broken, okay? So I'm going to show you what you're going to do with those. But before we get that started, we're going to put the pieces together, okay? So you take one of the legs. They're all the same. So either one. And what you're going to do is, you see there's a hole here. And remember, right here at the bottom is that little plastic notch. We can call it a notch. So you want to take one of the sharp end of that I told you there's a sharp end. And what you're going to do is, so therefore you can have something that's where your picture's going to, the base of your picture is going to sit. You've got to make sure that that's going to be there. So what you're going to do is you're going to find that hole down here. This is going to be up. So you're going to find the hole down here because you want to make sure that the ends of these little bitty screws are going to be facing on the inside and not the outside, okay? So let's start that. So here's the, and you're going to match up the screws, okay? Going to match them up, the holes, and then you're going to unscrew, you know, the bolt. Hopefully this doesn't fall on the floor. Hopefully it falls right in my hand. So we could just put it, yep, match the hole up, stick it in a little hole, stick that in a little hole, okay? And then you're going to screw that little piece that you took off. You're going to screw that on the back, okay? Now understand that this is trial and error. When I started doing it, I came through some trials. Then I had to redo it again in order to do it the way that it was connecting together in the right way. So there is trial and error, okay? So here we go again. I found the other sharp piece, right? And I'm connecting it to this. And remember, the base of this should be towards the front, okay? And then we're going to find that other little small nut and bolt and fastener. And hopefully this falls in my hand again. And then we're going to connect that. And then we're going to put the, as I said, the holes are going to match. And you're just going to stick it in there. And it's really easy. And like I said before, I thought this was a complicated thing until I started looking at it. I said, okay, this should be not as complicated as I think, right? And so that's all. You just stick it in a little hole, and then you just put that little fastener on there again. So you got to do this first because these are going to be the legs. And be sure that when you do it, these little plastic notches that I said are supposed to be the ones that's supposed to be on the floor, okay? And then there we go. We got those two, these two. Let me see if I can sit it up so you guys can see. Okay, we have these two sharp pieces on the end done, okay? Now, and then as you see the two sharp pieces, and remember when I said that it has to be this part, the front of it needs to be facing towards where you're going to put your picture, and then this here should be in the back. So here's the last part, the last one, the broken piece. Remember I said it looked broken at the top. So we'll put these two over here. Let me see if I can bring this over, the easel that I made. So I can use this as a base to hold those two up. Okay, and then so we got the broken piece I told you. And then we also have the little legs here. And so what we're gonna do is find that hole. And as you see on the broken piece, you see there's a hole here and a hole here. That's gonna be for this big old bolt that's gonna go through this hole. And see these two holes here too? I'll show you. When we get to that part, I'll show you what that looks like, okay? So, but we don't need this yet. what we need now is the hook. And the hook is very important because this hook is going to connect to the other hook I show you when we put the base of, hold on, right here. When we put, because remember this little broken part here, see that little broken, how it slants down? That goes to the top with the other two that are sharp, that are here. Okay, so don't make sure this is not at the bottom, but how you'll know it's not supposed to be at the bottom is because you're going to be looking for the notches on the legs, right? So that's something that won't get you confused, okay? So you're going to find the hole again, and you're going to match these two up. And remember, I said this part needs to be towards the front of where your picture is going to sit on your easel, okay? So again, I'm taking this off. And hopefully, again, it falls in my hand. And if it doesn't, I can bend down and get it up off the floor. But it's just so much easier so I can keep, it fell. So I'm getting it off the floor. It just makes it easier if it falls in my hand. So I want to do all that so I won't be wasting your time on here. And we can get done with our easel. All right, so we match up the holes like I said. And this is going to be the hook part of that screw. Should be facing towards the front. The reason why is because when you put the base of where the picture frame is going to sit, right, which is this, let me put this down, which is this here. Let me take this picture off, well, this chalkboard off. Okay. This base is this here. Right? And that's where your picture is going to sit. So the hook that's on the one in the back, which is right, let's see if I can show you. I'll bring it up a little closer. Bring it up in, I'll bring it in. The hook sits in the back, if you can see it, right? Of the leg, one of the third leg, because it's 3 legs. So that hook sits in the back of the third leg, okay? And which is right here. And remember, everything's got to have this part here towards the front, not this part. That goes towards the back because you're not supposed to see that. All right. So again, I'm putting the fastener here. And then you do it as, this one's not wanting to fasten like it should. Like I said, there is trial and error when it comes to things like this, okay? But just because it's trial and error doesn't mean you give up. You stay the course, okay? So we got it. Now the hook is on there, okay? Now what I'm going to do is put these 3 together, and I'm going to lift up my camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to put these 3 together, and I'm going to show you. And that's where this big hook here comes in at, okay? And besides, I wanted to tell you there's 5 screws. There's 3 of these and 2 of the hooks. All right, so this is how this works. So you got to make sure these 2 are together, and you got to make sure this here, see the edge of this, and the edge of this is facing forward where the picture is going to, where the base right here, the base right here, where the picture or your whatever you put is going to be able to sit. Okay, so you got to make sure that this and this is towards the front. These 2 things, like it should look like this on each side, so it could fit right on here. Okay, so we're gonna put it together. So these 2, the 2 sharp ones, 2 sharp one goes on the side, and the middle one is gonna fit just like this. See, like this. Let me show you if you can see that. It's gonna fit, it should fit just like this. Okay, hold on. This goes towards the back, and these 2 go on the side like that. Okay, so it should fit just like that. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this screw and you're gonna connect it in the hole. Watch. So let me take the bolt off, and again, I hope the bolt falls in my hand. If not, I can pick it up. But anyway. Oh, it fell. So what you're going to do is you're going to connect this in this hole, which is going to connect in this hole, which is going to connect in this hole. And it's going to look like that. Oh, okay, now let me find the boat. And that's the reason why, and my carpet is pretty much the same color as the boat. And I'm looking for it. Okay, Lord, this is when I need you to come in. And I need you to show me where this fastener to the boat is. Just a second. I got to find the fastener to the boat. And I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. Because we're almost done. This video and showing you guys this is going to help you so much how to put something together. Because some people are visual and we need to see it, right? Some of us are visual and we need to see it. Instructions, as you saw, was very confusing. But if you see it, it makes it that much easier, okay? All right. So we're going to put the boat on. And we're going to complete this project. Boat, and it goes here. Okay, and then you just fasten it just like that. And you keep fastening it until it's tight, right? Your desired tightness, which don't have to be so tight, providing you're not putting a great big picture on that's going to cause everything to fall, which it won't because everything's sturdy. So remember I told you about these? So what you're going to do, let me bend it down here. Okay. And I think I'm a little close, but let me back up a little bit with this. Okay, so you see how it stretches out? When you do that, I think I need to tighten it a little bit more. I just need to tighten this a little more. And you can tighten it. And actually what you should do is what I did last time, is keep it together. Hold on. Keep it together until you see these pieces come together, connect more so, and then tighten it until you can't tighten it anymore. And what I did, if I thought it was a little loose, I got my pliers. I'll show you that too real quick. And this would be for the women and probably for the men too. Get some pliers. If it's not to your desired tightness, you can take some pliers, and all you do with the pliers, and they're going to act as your hands, so your hands don't hurt while you're trying to tighten it up. And you just put it around the fastener, and you just turn it, and that just makes it tighter. Okay, you could do that too. Now for this last part, I'm gonna bend it down so you can see. And forgive me guys, because I'm just basically doing this on my own. I don't have anyone to hold the camera. I do, but they're busy to hold the camera for me to show you, but I want to show you. So let me show you this. So as you do that, you see these, hold on. These came out here, and then the fasteners are in the back. That's what you want to do. And you see the ledge here. I'll show you them sideways. See this ledge and that ledge? That is where this part is going to fit, which is going to hold your picture frame, okay? So let me back up a little bit. I'm going to pull the camera back some so we can have, so you guys can kind of see what's really going on around here. Okay, so, and then I'm still straightening out, getting things set up and put in the proper place of where it needs to be in my house. So when you put these two things together, you want to put it where, if you can see this little bump kind of part here, or ledge, or whatever you want to call it. You want to put it to where if you put a picture here, it won't slip off. So it should look like this, all right? And then this part here, I'll show you. This is going to go in the front. Remember that part I told you right here, this ledge is going to fit right on top of that. Okay, if you guys can see what I'm talking about, let me pull it down and let me turn this to the side so you can see these little things I was telling you about right here. This right here and this one here. This is going to sit properly just like that. You see how I just set there? Then you're going to take this little small part, right? And you're going to stick it, and it's going to go this way. But the thing about this is, this here is going to go connected towards the inside. Oop. All right, let me push this out so it don't fall. There we go. This here, this little, it's like a ledge. This is going to go towards the inside of this. So it's going to go like, it's going to go connected like this. But it's not going to be together, because this piece here is going to go out that way, okay? Towards the back of your picture. So it should look like this. So I'm gonna put this down if you guys can see it. Let me see. Let me bring it back over this way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, right here. Let me bring the camera, bring it out, and you can see it. There we go. So this ledge is gonna go here, and it's gonna sit right there, okay? Then you're gonna put this little small one towards the back, and you're gonna match up the holes, because there's two holes. There's a hole in the back of this one, and there's a hole in the back of the small one, okay? And you're gonna match up the holes, okay? Then you're gonna take that last hook, remember the last hook, because you got the, I'll show you. You're gonna take the last hook, stick it in the hole, in the back, not in the front, because you gotta hook it up to the other one. Trial and error, I told you. Towards the back, so it can go all the way to the front. So you gotta match up the holes towards the back. And you're gonna see this little piece. I think you may have saw that, maybe you didn't. It popped out, this little piece right here, the screw. And then we're gonna take the bolt here, put that in there. And then you're gonna take, you can say nut, or you can say fastener. And you're just gonna fasten it on there to your desired tightness. Not too much because you don't want to break it, but enough so you'll know that. And then you want to even it out, because if while you're tightening it, this small one may not be even with the front part. So you want to make sure both the front and the back is even, okay, together. And as you're doing that, and make sure with that hook here, you want to make sure that it's facing like up, flat, okay? Not sideways, but up flat, okay? And then you keep, like I said, screwing it until it's your desired, you know, whatever. Not too much because you don't want to break it, but enough for it to be able to hold that picture, okay? And then you take the chains, and I'm going to have to bring it up so you can see me connecting the chains. There's a hook here. I don't think you can see it. Let me turn it this way so you can see the hook. All right. And I wonder if I can come in closer. Let me see. Nope. Guess I can't. When you guys look at it, you guys can be able to zoom it in closer on your end. But there's a hook here in the front, and there's a hook in the back, okay? So what you're going to do is take the chain, and it's got this little piece here. I got to find out where the camera is. And then you just push it, so open it like that, and you put it in the hook in the front. Very simple. And then you take the other side, do the same thing I showed you earlier. The hook in the front, and then hook it in the back. And there you got your easel. And there it's done, like so. And I'm gonna get another picture. I'm gonna put another picture I have up here. I'll show you. And then I'll show you how simple and easy it is to just place the picture on this easel that you just did yourself. And then you just take your picture, whatever it may be, and I'm gonna scoop this easel back. And you just take your picture and you just stick it on the easel you just did. All right? And that's all. That's it, and that's all. Thank you for spending your time with me to learn how to set up something that the instructions may seem confusing and difficult. Thank you for sitting through with me, making it easier for you. And then when you're done, all you have to do, if you don't want to use it, is set it up somewhere. Because see how, I'll show you the string, that's why the chain is here. It is to give you that ability to stretch your easel out. And then you can always just put it away somewhere and for the next time. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.